but it's that passion. And just like the NFL or NBA or Major League Baseball, people sit on their couch and yell, and I'm done. I'm never watching the Knicks again. They suck, and then they win, and now they're the greatest thing ever. And people are turning out in droves. So it's amazing. It's passion. It's at the end of the day, it's why we do what we do. I wish sometimes we could put that passion into the talent now, as opposed to, it's like when somebody.
He's saying, I see Triple H, but I'm hearing Paul Levesque. We cannot have a situation where us, the fans, not have a problem with creative because we're already putting our stock into the superstars. We're already rooting for LA Knight. We already see the pain and turmoil with Braun Breaker in the Vision. We already see what the hell is happening with Carmelo Hayes because he cooks on SmackDown week after week. And then when it comes to the pay-per-views, you guys kick him off the show. He doesn't even get on the pay-per-view. I can't even remember the last time I seen him on a show. So my question is, how can we, the fans, sit down and have a good experience when the people we're rooting for don't get the actual push or credit that they deserve? I don't get it. We've had our stock in LA Knight for quite some time and nothing's changed. You have him doing all of his taglines. He's out here saving Seth Rollins in his promo by himself, but he gets stuck in the Bloodline or MFT or the Vision Vortex and he doesn't move forward. So eventually we get bored of it and we're like, yo, what are we doing with this guy? We see the same Roman Reigns, we see the same Cody Rhodes segments, and the people who've been around for years sitting down watching the product, we could see where the product is starting to falter. We could see that when we watch pay-per-views from before that era of PLE changes, the amount of ads and how the show doesn't flow. That's the reason why we're upset with creative. All this new advertisement, all the bad booking and trying to slip in your Slim Jim nonsense, and I get it. Advertisement equals money. It equals dollar sign. But we're also looking at fan satisfaction that is going down substantially. Roman Reigns alone cannot hold the ship. We've seen the story, right? We want a product that after we're done watching our 2.5 hour show, that we could sit down and say, you know what? I'm ready to see what happens next week or what happens on SmackDown because these guys are running two different universes in parallel and they're giving me something new bi-weekly that we can work with. Not bi-weekly, but twice a week we figure out what we're doing. So what I'm trying to say is, how can we be forgiving to creative when they're not doing their jobs? This is the most complacent I've ever seen in quite some time in creative. Now we had that dark period when Roman was in the big dog era, but right now we're in a situation where we have the talent, we have the bodies, but you guys have not intellectually sat down and thought about how are we going to use these guys? Or when they're over, you guys are afraid to push forward because they're not in your 1 year plan. Don't be afraid to pivot. Pivot. If someone is hot and you're like, okay, let's capitalize and make money on it, make it happen. Because what's going to hurt having more than one star? This is a creative problem. I can't sit down and blame Carmelo Hayes for not being on SmackDown. I cannot blame Braun Breaker for being over naturally and him being stuck with Austin Theory being a third wheel in the storyline. I can't do it. So you as an executive, as the CEO, the man that runs creative, you should be looking back at this and then using your expertise to say, you know what? We need to do something different. And that's what it comes down to. So I can't agree with you. I see you, Triple H. I see you. But it's nothing but Paul. And it doesn't work for us.